about that time. It's party time from the Cultured Swine on RadioDR.co.za. It's party time from the Cultured Swine, and we in the stew with Slew and Tease. Guys, Tease is an addition for today because Michael decided to go to but it's fun, you know. We've got our boy TC back in the stew. You know, he's more controversial, more single.
Freedom.
So ask us
on behalf of Mike, I'd just like to say, fuck all these hoes.
Actually.
Sure.
Oh, where are you coming from with this?
Hey man. It's only my first gin and tonic. Give me 2 more.
Are you ready though for the heat?
I'm cool.
For the Cultured Swine heat. Pete Dog, are you ready to hear what the swines are squealing?
Oh my god.
Hey.
That was a lit one though, I'm not gonna lie.
I want all the smoke. All of it. Let's do it.
But before we get there, we already know you. I'm not gonna say tell us about yourself. No.
Yeah.
But since last you were here,
yes.
You were still a marketing coordinator, probably something even bigger than that.
Yeah, I'm junior brand manager now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not going to disclose things too soon before they happen. But that also might change very.
Yeah,
very
there's
soon.
things. There's things in the pot. The pot is cooking.
Yeah.
So you said there's some things that you want to chat about on the Cultured Swine.
Yeah, quite a few things.
Bring it through, bro. We're always ready for a conversation.
So I was on the Twitter streets, as I usually am. I use Twitter as my newspaper, basically. So I saw someone tweet a thing saying we should abolish rape scenes in TV series and movies. And it got me thinking,
fuck that.
I'm like, the person's kind of got a point.
Nah.
Like, I believe that.
No.
Because, okay, wait, before I even continue. No. Come, join in. Because I come with substantiated facts. Nigga.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Come with your facts.
Okay, right. So, we understand the gravity of the situation, right?
Which situation?
The rape, sexual assault, gender-based violence.
Like the actual incident or like the frequency of it?
The 4-letter word, rape, and the gravity of it. Like, we understand the implications it has on this country, how it puts this country on a standstill, how people are still reeling from it to this day, how some people experienced sexual assault probably 12 years ago but only found the strength to talk about it now, with things like the Me Too movement,
allegedly,
people just speaking up, And I know a lot of things are alleged until they're proven, but the more people come forward, the more you start to see it's a bit of a trend. Also, when you were younger, you probably didn't have the foresight to think, oh shit, this is actually what I'm going through right now. I mean, I can speak for myself as well. Grade 10, I experienced like an assault from a woman that I thought was a family member. And it was, at the time, I was just like, oh, okay, no, she's just, I don't know, she was going through divorce, that kind of thing.
Sure.
And then up until I kind of started to realize that, no, her behavior is kind of flipping sketchy. You get to varsity, you see it's the same behavior she was doing that other boys are doing. I get to working, and then I get to reading a whole lot more and opening foresight. But anyway, I digress. The reason I agree with that tweet is that this topic of rape, when you see it, let me just use 13 reasons why I hated that show, right? It covers real issues. It covers suicide. It covers homophobia, transphobia, all of that. But the way the rape scenes are so graphic, just in that show, there are many others.
Sure.
It's so triggering for someone, say for my little sister as well, who's been through that. My ex-girlfriend who's been through that. And other partners of mine who've been through that.
Sure.
They're watching a show for enlightenment, for education, for enjoyment. They need to be triggered by everything that's on TV. Like, I know we live in a day and age where everybody's sensitive and everything offended you, right? But certain things you don't need to show just for clout. And I feel like rape scenes in movies
are there for
and
clout.
series are there just for clout. Like, I'll take Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, the violence, you see it for the first 3 seasons. Season 4, you know how graphic it is, but they don't have to show it on screen anymore because they understand that you've got the message. This is what it is. This was medieval times. So you kind of understand what's going on. But with rape, dude, it's, and especially in South Africa, where like 1 in 22 men, if they're likely to get convicted, actually face trial. And more often than not, I was just speaking to a friend of mine the other day. Her friend got raped. They went to the cops. The cops were like, "Are you sure? Do you want to take it?" You know, our cops are useless. Don't even get me started on SAPS. And don't. I went on a whole tangent yesterday about this. And to the point where this girl has now taken her own life. She's no longer with us. Because she doesn't feel that she can get any help. And this was something that happened, but then she saw an advert for season 3 of 13 Reasons Why. And I know that was a trigger. I'm not confirming anything. I'm not going to name this girl, obviously, because she hasn't even been buried yet.
Sure.
But, man, it's unnecessary. I just feel like it is.
So what did the tweet actually say?
The tweet
said
says
abolish
rape scenes in TV series and movies.
Oh, that's it. It didn't have like a reason.
No. Just said that. But you know how the people just put like a tweet
like
and
a
then
statement.
it's done. Yeah, a statement type of thing.
And like that allows for you to have thoughts, you know, to think as to why, and you don't have to think as to why, because, man, rape, besides COVID-19, gender-based violence, racism is another freaking pandemic. Yeah.
Do you also think like rape jokes? You can't make rape jokes.
Oh man.
Oh no, rape jokes. I can't. Nah. But with the rape scenes.
Yeah.
Wait, can I just I just want to clarify. Okay, so you saying we should abolish rape scenes because they trigger rape victims.
They trigger rape victims and they're just unnecessary as well.
I'm just saying they trigger rape victims.
Trigger.
I think coming from like a perspective of a filmmaker, should you?
Well, you are.
Qualified.
Shaky warrior. But anyway, I like understand why they have them there. But maybe what we can say is like if rape is the occurring theme for the movie, maybe for the first scene we can have that, but then maybe moving forward,
so each movie can
pretty
have
much,
maybe two rape scenes, max.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it because the first time, as much as it's gonna trigger, but like, I don't know. Maybe it like the triggering will grow if you keep seeing this constantly in your face. But like at some point, where can it just be like? What do you call it? Suggested, and then he raped her, or and then she. No, but like not like that. But like you know how some movies like when a girl and boy like fall on top of each other, but then we don't see the sex scene, but we know
They do that in Scandal.
You know, and then it goes to the next scene, but you know should it went down.
So we rape the first one fully, and then the next.
Not necessarily fully, but like we. Because also seeing the struggle, I don't even know how.
How about you just don't watch?
Maybe they can have a warning.
Yeah, there's a rape, whatever, and then.
And 13 Reasons Why I'm going to harbor on this show as well because it's so problematic, and
it's so problematic.
It really is. It's only since season 2 where they've kind of had that disclaimer of if you're feeling like really, really bad to the point of suicide, he has a helpline we can give you, rape victims, all of that. Only season 2. I honestly feel...
So season 1 was just a trigger and from beginning to end?
100%. A girl making 13 tapes or 7 tapes with backsides of her suicide, eventual suicide. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, sorry. But... no, man.
Where are you?
Like it felt like it was honestly for clout.
You think rape scenes are for clout?
The way that they're portrayed in series, 100%, bro. They're unnecessary. I mean, I can't speak on behalf of other sexual assault or rape victims, but for me personally, nah, bro. I've seen how my sister looks at it, and bro, she can't even finish an episode that you know that it's going to happen.
Gotcha.
It just all comes back because there's no timeline on how long it takes for you to heal.
To deal with it, yeah.
And sometimes even us as people,
sure,
even us as Zulu people, this kind of shit is taboo. So you'll have like an uncle do something and touch you, and then the whole family protects them besides the rape victim. You know, so it's a multitude of things.
My question, continue. My question is: have you ever spoken to your sister about like what does she think the solution would be? Like, would she appreciate having like a disclaimer before she watches the show saying that, or
rape scenes here,
or would she also just like, I mean, I'm assuming she'd obviously also want to abolish them, but like, would she go for the disclaimer thing?
With this particular thing, I haven't spoken to her about, but like when I put it up on Facebook and retweeted it, she liked it. So that kind of implies that she kind of agrees, or at least she sees the same direction that I'm moving in. I don't know, that's probably more a question for her. I can't answer on her behalf, but from what I've seen, man, that shit's bad.
I don't know, Slu, what do you think? Like, you're also we feel him now. I
mean, I've had to would say like, it's funny because it's like art, right? So I liken it to like the question with the rape jokes about any like, no guy listens to a rape joke and says, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go rape. Like you know, like you don't laugh and then think, okay, that's a good idea or whatever. So it's like, if it is like a pandemic, like how everyone is saying it is and whatnot, and it's like, then TV should be a reflection of what's happening in society. Like it should have those conversations, it should have those things. Like you shouldn't limit something in terms of like it's not happening or it's not in, because I mean it doesn't make it any. If we said we stop showing rape scenes in film, and that would have a decrease in rapes or whatever, fucking 100% A1, dog.
But we can't.
But just to make space for you know, positive, it's like
no, I get you. I get you. Yeah. I haven't actually thought about it that far in that sense, but I do get your opinion. And so it's like, once you take away rape scenes, what else do you take? You know, but I just feel with the societal implication it currently has. There, or maybe it's not like I'm not changing my tune at all here. I still feel abolished, but don't show as frequent. You know, have it implied, like you said, when
a quota.
You know, because that's why they have. I mean, I don't have to preach to you guys. You guys are filmmakers. The PG-13, 13S, all of that, because there are certain amounts of F words you're allowed to say for this before it turns 16, before it turns 18, before it's R18. So it's just following the guidelines that the film industry themselves have set.
So you think those... I don't know.
But it wouldn't.
I don't know if there's guidelines necessarily in terms of like rape scenes, like specifically. Like it's almost like if somebody had like a family member who was murdered, for instance, then they don't want to see murder scenes. So it's like,
I don't know about those guidelines, but I know what he's saying, like with the PG, yes, there is then like certain things that you can't show, because obviously it's a PG-13, so you can't show, you wouldn't show a sex scene, but
100%.
you'd suggest, insinuate that it happened. But now, because now you're in PG, you're in 18,
R18,
that's actually what
that's when it's basically free for all.
Free reign,
Let's go. Let's go.
Because the assumption is, and I think maybe that's where the industry maybe lacks, is that they didn't think that far as well. But maybe the assumption is because of Sumdala, you have a better grasping energy, vibes.
True. But then again, you know, it's a lot of things in society were okay 20 years ago that aren't okay now. So we can't fully judge ourselves on who we were, because we keep learning, unlearning, relearning. Because I mean, the film industry, Hollywood itself, had Harvey Weinstein like executive produce every movie. And that man was ostracized like 3 years ago for actual reasons. So I mean, we're still like learning and whatnot. So you can't really make that assumption or anything right now. But I'm just saying that it's just a thought.
Yeah, no, for me it's like individuals' choices, Like I can't predetermine a choice for you that you don't have Ilenduzo to make. It's like and like if something happens in my personal life, it can't then be like it can't then affect everyone.
Basically,
I get you.
So
for me, it's a hard one. We say you can't do this or you can't do that. You can't do what? And it's like
that's the problem with work culture. Like where you work and where you not work. Like where does the line come in? Exactly. I get it. That's why we're having this conversation. That's why the conversation just needs to keep happening until we can finally reach common ground.
As in just choose what you want to watch.
Probably that's
somebody just stick to PG-16, 13, and just keep it moving.
But I still like the disclaimer one.
No, the disclaimer thing is fine.
I think we should have the disclaimer one, even if it's not just rape, but like even
disclaimer
because hectic, because they graphic oh my god. No,
I mean there's disclaimers for paid promos now on YouTube, so
and there's disclaimers for when there's what is it? For epileptic, come on. I'm sure we can also dollar one day.
If somebody dies, we must also just
disclaimer.
And it's like, oh fuck, now I already know what's happening.
I mean, I guess with disclaimers, it will show you how passionate someone feels about that. So like, if there is a disclaimer, but you still choose to watch it, that's not up to the people that make it. I get you for real.
Mind you, that's scrub when. Scrub. Into bag sheila pen.
I
packet dry. I kid.
I make joke.
Anyway, we're back, and the boys, because Zoshan just straight up puts the boys want to conversate about girls.
Nonsense.
Not true, guys.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the cops, guys.
Let's talk about SAPS.
Let's talk
about SAPS. Ubonida, that girl in SAPS who was sleeping with the
Shame.
Back again.
I think no. Is it the same thing where it was a jail guard that slept with a prisoner? No, that person, they killed themselves.
Who killed himself?
This was today in jail. It came out today.
The prisoner guy.
No, the lady.
Don't lie.
She killed herself.
Apparently she's dead. I promise you. Because the video was on Twitter. People started making memes and.
You just got like,
bruh.
You just got traction.
And hectic.
Mind you, is it that it's not it could be a stupid question.
But
is it the inmate?
Who what?
No. Wow.
Who made it look like wow.
I'm joking. I mean, there's a lot of variables.
I mean, I still need to read about it on Twitter because Twitter knows everything.
Hey, Twitter stays on top of people's business.
Nigga, people just live on Twitter just to be like, okay, when's in?
Nigga, I heard about this 2 hours ago. She's already gone.
I heard about this now with you.
I heard about it literally at lunchtime because my friend Sunny came to work at my house.
Hectic.
And she's like, have you seen this video? I'm like, no, I haven't.
There's a video?
Like, dude, there isn't. She didn't show me a video. She showed me like
the pictures, nah?
Memes and bro, there were memes within an hour, dog. That's how fast.
I mean, do you remember when the president couldn't put on the mask? There were stickers like this already, bro.
What's up, dog?
In this world.
And I think she probably just saw that and.
So like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about it like she's still alive. So, because manje it's too much information too soon. You sebenzi inmates manje bese futhi manje usekho futhi everything is too much.
Did you see the video?
I just saw pictures.
Oh, okay.
I saw like
I don't know anyone.
I haven't even seen anything. I just heard.
I've just seen the memes.
Now, literally, when I got to the studio, I saw someone who wrote, I think Usbusiso wrote ukuthi manje the whole country was watching a porn. And then I'm like, why is he saying this? And then Flu explained to me.
Rehabilitation. It's a...
Hey,
wow.
It could be.
Maybe.
No manje bekuthi nje spare the moment.
You know, I feel like I'm locked up. I can't just speak because now she's gone.
Yeah.
It's like I want to like.
I
wish you didn't say it, dog.
I'm so sorry, guys. I honestly also on my way here, Sonny, it was like, dude,
fuck.
Yeah.
Shame, bruh. I mean, but we're not really speaking ill of the day.
Yeah, we're not like chirping her or anything.
We're chirping the situation, not her.
I do want to understand what was the...
We heavyweight.
Like bad boys.
Don't put that on us.
Don't do that.
I'm sure I'm putting it on you guys. I'm just saying, it's the issue as in general. I need
Plumper niggas on the out.
Yeah.
Like, yabo, abam feel. Yabo. And also, you don't even know the hours that you're working, dog.
True.
If you're working 12 hours, 9 hours in, when are you getting a man? No. I'm just saying if you're hitting 12 hours a day, I'm just saying, as a human, you need you want some partner.
Of course.
You're gonna leave and go home, so you don't have time to go out and live life.
And if she has a man on the outside who also expects her to cook and whatnot, because niggas, these trashy men, these trashy men,
Hallelujah.
These trashy men. So a man on the inside, sespanini, low maintenance.
Vele njula. So
just clap.
You don't need to maintain them.
Let's just office. I mean, camera.
Got the man Babanjani.
I don't know.
I think it's his phone.
And apparently they took the fucking video. Like they were trying to shoot a porno.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So we born a
So how
then why?
But she didn't know that
trend
to the public is going to be like that. Like it's going to blow up so fast. But it's the same thing. Like it's similar to Lento. Insurance my boy. The fact that his lady, she knew what she was doing when she was recording.
That's a fucking
what
tragedy.
What did she expect to happen?
Yeah, she's like, that's a fucking tragedy.
But he's got a job now. He's got another job now.
I don't know, but they replaced him. They replaced him fast.
Got to be newsroom, I think.
Is he?
I think so, yeah.
Same, bro. Like the thing is, he just cheated on someone. It wasn't a thing like he committed a crime.
Yeah, that's
now
the thing
it's tarnishing
that
our insurance.
Because we can, I'm sure there's managers, there's banbanis out there.
Dude, everybody's cheating on their wives and husbands, bro. Like,
why are you saying managers?
Why not?
No, you need status. Lento into abantu nje. Lento I janitor nje umuntu nje. Hayi ukuthi fanele ube manager. Ukuthi I janitor ekushubile ngoba yabo lezi ijwayele ukuhambisana nemali yabo uthi yabo manje.
Manager ijwayele ukuhambiselana nani?
Nespan.
Lies.
Like I know situations now ukuthi abanye abantu and I'm not going to name the companies, but
they sleep, they way up.
And like I always thought that this was like a thing you watch on series. It's a movie thing, but
what, to sleep your way up?
Sleep your way up.
You think
it's a mega thing. I was so ignorant to that, dog.
Since year zero.
ngiyabona la.
She's trying to say there's no high status males around Superman.
Khona la engisebenza khona engibona khona uthi hayi.
Hayi wena angazofika kanjani lapho. Yeah.
Ngiyabona ukuthi hayi la.
That's wild.
uNkulunkulu iblessing yaNkulunkulu.
Hayi. Awublessiwe bo.
Hey, how yeah. To look that way.
Corporate is trash, right?
Imag, but to be fair, if we just weren't working together, it just stops everything.
Fair enough. I guess that's where the fantasy part comes from.
Yeah, to be fair, at work. Manje ngikhalela ngaphandle emsebenzini, fanele ngisebenze nawe futhi ngithathe serious. But I'm still like drawn, like I still look at you that way, like, you know, I see you when outside of work. Yeah, it's a mental shift, man.
I mean, that thing, that Santon office situation.
Hectic. What happened there?
What's Santon office situation? No.
It happened last year. I think I was going to Joburg for like the weekend. But literally the building next to the Santon car train station, you can see, Abantu took videos and the building is glass and
people are dollaring hard, bro. Like
what,
two people or like
2 people?
A bunch of people.
No, man, it was not an orgy in the office. Come on, girl, come on. But yeah, they were coughing, like training positions and everything.
How?
Yeah.
And it got into, because I followed Twelebs that I went to varsity with, and now they're Twelebs.
Let's go.
And I get to see all this shit, and then that's what I didn't want to. I was like, "What the hell is this? I know this building." Oh shit,
Rebecca.
Who's Rebecca?
Yeah.
Yo, I record the volume.
My white girls.
Yeah.
My white girls,
Sometimes she even knew good people watching.
Becky.
And she said, okay, no,
Becky,
they're here
no
now.
Rebecca. Oh, it's the same thing. No Sue, no Anne.
Hey,
okay, Caitlin. Jenna.
Or Ashley.
Yeah, manje singene poison. Akwenza poison.
I don't get into lots of it. I just want to know their function in this country.
Okay.
This brother here on my left, Mr. Paragraphs. Shame. He dollars on Facebook.
What happened?
The trash thing is that he deletes them afterwards.
No, I don't delete them. I archive them.
Oh,
they're not deleted.
Oh,
they're
okay.
There.
So no, he just wrote what do you do? What's up? Like, what's your job? Because now job at the school about rape and stuff.
Sure.
Now it's when it's time to close down alcohol, when it's time to
that's where
children are trying to fight for the fees must fall shit. Got the message to a rape, message to a message to a GBV sitting.
Are you saying when those things are happening live? So ngiyareshwa manje. SAPS figure manje.
No, not like that, but like in terms of the response, about responding as quick as
besides response, attention. Like Cele gets an erection from bad alcohol. He's like, no relations, by the way. None. But like, it's wild, dude. Dude, during hard lockdown last year, one of his SAPS officers walked into someone's property because they were drinking alcohol and beat them to death.
Oh yes, I remember hearing that.
Nothing happened, lab. The same thing happened la North. What's okay, you okay, Mr. Smith? Why? SAPS still has that apartheid bias. I mean,
but Haganjan, because they're majority black.
Dude, there were black cops during apartheid.
Fuck,
it's like it's more
house nigga vibes.
Poo.
It's almost like a cultural thing, but like more like it's like
it's a way it's like ingrained in us ukuhlonipha umlungu.
Somewhat in terms of, okay, obviously because of our history, is that disposition in. But it's also like, I think if you're gonna have somebody, there's all like if you're dominant, okay, it's like this. It's like, you know, like a guy who doesn't get his dominance out like at work, and then they take it out at home. But at work, maybe amongst other men, it's like a tricky situation. So it's like this, like, not that it's the same thing, but like it's similar in the fact of like, if because of the history, and I guess because of like angik sabi, like angik sabi, and footmen khulumu zongezo, whatnot. There's an element of that too, because I wouldn't say it wouldn't happen if we removed the whole history. Like I can't really say Gucci remove like
I've got a rebuttal for that. Yeah, carry on. Mm-hmm.
No, go.
No, I'm just saying, Gucci, there's just so much, bruh. Just like how racism is rooted in the DNA of America, like systemic racism, nada, is rooted in our DNA.
Sure.
And kufike ngabo labantu that we allowed, and I say allowed very, 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 very softly and loosely, to come into our home, live in our home, and then say we must pay to live in our home. It's that analogy. Labantu that are running our country right now live to appease Caucasians. Lento ukuthi kuzovala Natal, kuzovala Mthatha, kuzovala Eastern Cape, but Cape Town gets to do whatever the fudge monkeys they want.
Yeah, but politically they don't have like a stronghold there.
Cape Town, of course, yeah, I get that. Cape Town believes it's their own country.
Yeah,
it's their own country. Not even the Cape. It's like Clifton, Rondebosch, they're on down. Then what the Khayelitsha? It's right there. The Cape Flats are right there, and it's like two different states of the world.
That's what I'm saying, is that like, you know, when you just land in Cape Town, before I was one of the beauty of Cape Town,
you see
poverty in the doorstep, bruh. Literally. And it's like, yo, bruh. Yes,
it's crazy. And like you see it with our police. There's so much they like to show Gucci Badala, or they have that thing when they're dealing with black people, especially. Unless it's the
wife thing. It's the wife thing. Who is supposed to deal with, and then it comes to us black people, the wives. And then it's
and like that's a conversation for another day. It's actually something. Just marketing myself here a little bit. There's a blog that that I've started. I haven't released any content yet because I want to release 10 stories all at once. I've done 7 now. But one of the topics, very first one I'm going to release is black on black hate.
Good.
Right? We have so much of that shit. But we have it because of these oppressors of ours that turned us against each other. Okay, these guys, numbers wise, they're overpower us. Even intellectually wise, they're overpower us. Strength wise, we're fucked. But we can take away their dignity one by one and then put them within close proximity of each other so that they bash, and when they bash, they turn on each other. Bro, the apartheid government is
strategic.
So they were geniuses with how they did what they did. And then the people who were supposedly supposed to be fighting for us, a few people, the only reason the Mandela name is prevalent is because of Winnie Mandela. And I'll fight anybody else who doesn't believe that. Because nigga was in prison, but she was out here doing everything. And then he comes out, all of a sudden, mad tyrant woman, and then the
fact that he denied her being first lady, that for me always hurt. I
cannot believe that. That's still.
Like, I'm denied just because I'm better with.
But like the police still have that mentality. ungangijoyela masimba, otherwise ngizokubopha, uzongilalela, otherwise ngizokubopha. Another phrase I hate is people when they call us like clever blacks. Are we supposed to be dumb blacks?
Mlungu. Like if you go to a car wash, but like if you go to a car wash and then like you get a black person like it means boss. That already that's fine. But when they use
when they call you mlungu
as in like boss, that's already like
for me it's actually as well. That actually is right at the top. But I think clever blacks has another reaction from me because it kind of implies are stupid, which I'm just like
disobedience. A clever black is a disobedient black.
Speaking of disobedience, I'm sorry, I digress again. Hey.
You see what I mean?
You must ask your brother about this. We were in grade 9 at our high school. I won't mention its name. You know what school I went to.
Nights.
And we were in grade 9, and I can speak on this. And anyone that knows, anyone at that high school that wants to fight me can, because there was one moment in time when they put me through hell, and I climbed from myself through out of that hell. But anyway, in grade 9, our deputy principal at the time, let's just call him Mr. Nobody. Okay.
I know what you did there.
He calls in all of the students of color, not just Yebo.
Okay, I could like a smash quote there.
Yes. Now I realize if he's still alive, he's gonna hear this podcast. He called in firstly all of the black students, right?
Sure.
And then just for fun, and he just wanted to talk. I don't know what was happening. I think it was because the boy that was head boy in 2008 we were into fan of. Now when mentioning
wait, the boy in 2008, what?
Who was head boy we weren't a fan of.
Oh yeah.
As a school, not just a particular race.
Yeah.
Even people. Are you ready for greatness? I'm Kumbulo Shonjalan is a grade 11 speech. Oh my goodness gracious.
He's like the ginger. The king.
Yeah. And I have nothing against him.
I can't wait to end this. I need to know who these people are. But anyway,
I have nothing against. We've actually spoken about this. We spoke about this as soon as he left school as well, because he was friends with Chicken Msomi.
Showcase.
And who's like my big brother.
Chicken Msomi. What the fuck?
Chicken Msomi.
That's what I said. Chicken Msomi. Like, what the fuck are these names? Yeah.
He was friends with them, and we spoke about it and how it affected the school and morale.
Yeah.
Lomchita was the reason Sitlo Mkonza was head boy the next year.
Oh, you serious? That's how bad he was.
Because not that he was bad, but throughout history, the head boys that Northers have had, that they've had, they've always been either sporty. Actually, no, not either sporty. They've all been sporty.
Sure.
Rugby, swimming, cricket, or hockey affiliated.
And he was not sporty.
And he was not. And it was and from the get-go though, you could see from his own grade he didn't get support. So if you're not getting support from your people, how do you expect the school to follow you? Right? And I never had a problem with him. I was like, oh well, I'm also a cultural cat, even though I'm mostly academic and sport, but I dabble. But he didn't have a following there. And that was an issue. But anyway, there was a bit of a riot during school, during break. He couldn't control it. So then Kute called us in. And he was like, do you guys know the Zulu word for respect? So I'm saying, okay, cool, we do.
Yeah, my ass.
And then he says, do you guys know the Zulu word for obedience? And everybody kept quiet. And I stood up. I'm like, yes, I'm sorry. I'm like, yes, I do, sir. And he's like, tell it to me. And then I tell it to him. And he's like, no, that's not the word. I'm like, how
Say
are
the
you?
Word,
It's in Tloni Payo, apparently. In Zulu, that's deep, right? And he's like, no, that means respect. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It literally means obedience. Because obedience and respect fall hand in hand in our language. There's no difference. And then he, like, afterwards, because I proved a point or showed him up in front of, like, the black students.
Other blacks.
He called me into his office like, no, I didn't mean that directly at you. I'm like, sir, you can't pick and choose who's a good black and who's not. You know?
Okay.
And that's what, it's not just my school that I went to, that I love my school, I really do, but all of these Model C schools, especially in Durban North, have the same. Let's not even talk about that yellow school down the road.
Hey, not go for me, Dory, but yeah.
Let me tell you about my fighter from that yellow son named Nayan. Your school, was scared of that girl because she didn't take shit, because her family taught her not to take shit, especially from certain people, because listen, all of our families here were in the front lines during apartheid, and we're not going to be told that like that, especially in a rude way. And we need a whole nother episode for that yellow school, I promise you. But all of these Model C schools have a lot of issues, and and then Sihle became head boy.
Except,
and then
okay, so you have a Model C school background, Sharp.
Of course.
How has that helped you in your career and just?
Okay, Vele, I'm naturally smart. I'm not even humble about that. I'm very smart.
Sure.
And I'm sporty. So I was pretty blessed, but I get the sportiness from my grandpa. My grandpa used to play for Manning Rangers,
Gotcha.
Right back in the day. And he was a proper athlete, and both my grandmom, my aunt, and my mom are very smart too. They were not sporty, but very smart. So vele ngangifunde crash abantu abamnyama, and my mom's like, no, there's a lot of talent here that our schools can't harness yet. Let's just cut. So let's put them there because they have more opportunity. And then literally my first day at a white preschool, after the first day, literally I started crying. Then the next day, she's like, I started crying. I'm like, and then it was actually one of the helpers that came, and they took me straight to the jungle gym. And I can say the preschool's not there anymore. It's called Baby Bunting. It was literally here on Numgen. Literally here, actually, up this little George here. Oh, yeah. But it's since moved, and they took me to the jungle gym. And I remember I was on the slide, which is the slide, right? Sure. So I went back there, came back home, I was so excited. I'm like, yeah, man, so let's go to the next house and and then from there, because I had a motive to go to school, I started to learn English. And I was I could tell the time when I was 2.5 years old, right? So I learned English very quickly. Find the things like Concord, they, them, there. Couldn't get it properly, but I got there. And then I went to DPHS from there. And we stayed there 1 year because it's a grave, but and my parents wanted to move back here. Stayed in Durban North. Went to Northlands Primary, which was really, really good, but also not it's a conversation for another day. But obviously went to Northwood. Awesome. But again, it's gotten so much better now, actually. The principal there has integrated all the races. And Ireland, we are colorblind. He's actually noticed, okay, when umnyama, when India, when umlungu, but we are in this together. You know? That's something I wish we all had when we were at Northwood, because.
But now in your adult,
but in my adult life, the way going to the schools has shown it's actually awoken my blackness and my black consciousness. Kakulu, Guti, Mina, I have it better than most. Ngifunuksiza laba that don't have it. I mean, I have a dream not a dream, it's going to be a reality. I'm going to build a center for underprivileged black kids specifically. Abasintuzuma, Senanda, Nagamash, Inc. And there's this huge hall literally 2 houses away from my grandma's house in Tuzuma. I'm going to buy that shit because it's actually a cult church at the moment. I'm going to buy them out. It is a cult, I promise you.
If Mike was here, he'd be like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about cults.
Yeah. But anyway, it's helped me in the sense that I've read.
I'm a 6 candle.
Hey, bro.
Okay, go again. Okay, sure. Yeah.
But ingisize ngokufunda ebalungwini ukuthi first and foremost I understand also how they think.
Sure.
And I speak English better than them. All of them. I command the language better than them, so I know how to persuade in the level of thinking.
Sure.
But also I can still get across to my own people.
Sure.
So ngiyakwazi ukuthi fethi lona ungamnaki yabo lo yahlanya ngoba kubo kunje kanje. But then I can be like, yo, listen, Brad, bro, like this is my mate. He just needs a little bit of help.
What did Mike call it? He called it
code switching.
Yes, code switching.
Exactly.
Yeah, but not in a negative way.
Yeah. Not in a negative way.
Because what I found,
yeah.
What is code switching? What is that?
Code switching, like you acting a certain way to fit a scenario.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I don't do that.
But don't take it in a negative way. It's just being able to address
being adaptable.
Yeah, you adapt.
I think that's actually the better word to use.
Yeah.
Adaptable, because men khuluma Zulu uyangizwa ukuthi okay.
Yeah.
Logish baba. But men khuluma English, you'd be like, oh my gosh, you suburbia.
Yeah. But also, I've realized ukuthi labo fact laba, if you train them, they're trainable. Mina James Benzin, lungundia whatever. Men khuluma nami nje ngimshaya ngezulu tsabona njani. Ngiyaphila.
Exactly.
What are you doing? I said, what are you doing? And that's the last time I'm telling you that. Next time, if I come back and I say Wenzan, you best know what I'm saying.
That's what Dina says.
No, but that's me. Like
the mad black woman.
I guess.
Hey, what you?
I guess Vele, that's how I'm titled. Even at work, that's how I'm titled. I don't care if that's what it takes for you. You must second guess coming to me. Then I'll be the mad black woman.
For me recently. But actually, these past 2 months, I've been dubbed as crazy, as erratic, as aggressive,
as bipolar.
Aggressive.
Does someone call me bipolar? No, I know who called me bipolar. It's a person that actually is bipolar that needs help and therapy. She needs therapy.
It's a she.
To say that I know who she is. I won't mention her by name. As
I take this and put it in my status.
Cling, cling.
Cling, cling.
There it is. I think supposed that man. People know actually from these past couple of weeks where I stand, what I stand for, and that you're not going to mess around with me,
sure,
or my family, and then talk rumors. To anybody that will listen, be like, hey, but what is you?
See, I have a question before we close this off.
Yes.
How much do you wish that TC of today was the TC in high school?
I think the TC in high school needed to be the TC in high school though, because I think if I was who I am this now, TC,
then like in terms of like your like you said, your black consciousness,
I would have been irritated by everything. I would have not run for head boy. I would have not. I would have just played sports and done academics and gone home. But I'm glad that I got the full experience there, and I was still kind of like clouded by this. Not rainbow. I've never believed in the Rainbow Nation, by the way, but by this thing of, oh guys, you know, apartheid happened a long time ago, so let's all hold kumbaya and sing kumbaya around the campfire. No, I'm glad TC from there actually had to have a high school career and a primary school career. I'm sad that TC from there couldn't help those that needed the help that I could have given even at that time.
Got you. Because you didn't recognize.
Yeah, I didn't recognize
the thing.
In my own bubble completely. It's not until grade 11 where I really saw Guti, whoa, there's a lot of bad shit happening here.
Got you.
And then in matric, anyone can tell you in matric, nobody messed with my people under my watch, because I was the only black leader. There were 3 white guys, an Indian guy, and me. That's a story for another day as well, because it's ridiculous. They added 2 extra positions that year because of political reasons. It's always been 3. And 2 deputies. Our year had a head boy and 4 deputies.
Hectic, just to
and
even
then the
out
next
the
year,
power.
And then the next year it went back to 1, 2. And I was like,
just to dilute the power.
But they've come back now, and it's gone back to normal, and there's a lot of things that you realize that when you leave the school that I wish I could have done. But for myself personally, I'm glad I wasn't that conscious of stuff, because I would have properly been a mad black man. Proper. I would have been seen as Malcolm X.
Gotcha.
Not Martin Luther King.
Oh, wait. And then to finish the show, here's a shot that we'd like you to take.
This better not be a shot of gin.
It is.
Jeepers. All right.
Here we go. Boo, 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 boo. Anyway, thanks so much, Tees, for coming through to the Cultured Swine. This is the second time you're here, and we're happy that you're here. Yeah, like, how are you feeling?
Oh, man. How am I going to go to Mulligan's, man?
Was this like sort of therapy for you?
Very much was.
It is very therapeutic. Hey, like I always say that, like, I'm glad I get to come out from my corporate job and like do this on a Wednesday. It really does like fulfill me, you know? Yeah.
I'm gonna get you sponsors. I'm gonna do it.
Slew, what you gotta say?
In closing, I said, remember to switch off the TV if you don't like what you're watching. Change the channel, and then also for the others, just code switch.
And then, do you want to say on behalf of Mike?
Oh yeah, dog. Fuck, bro. Like, just because we didn't hear that voice today, I want to reiterate. Fuck the mouse.
Bye.
Okay, sure. RadioDR.co.za.